It is January 17th and it's going to be a really good week. I'm so excited for this week. You have no idea. First off, I have an appointment with my orthodontist on Thursday the 20th, where I'm really hoping she'll tell me not to wear the band anymore because my teeth come together really well on this side and I really don't like wearing the band. Like, they restrict my speech. I'm not able to talk as really with the band, though the band is, you know, the most basic band you can ever get. I think, you know, the kangaroo type, really loose. Even that is rather restricting, so I hope she'll say that I don't need to wear those. I'm very excited for that. I've also noticed that with the ligature band I have here, or maybe it's not called, I don't know what it's called. I think it's called, I don't know, there's this band that pulls my bottom teeth together. I think it goes across 4 or 5 teeth. It did manage to pull my teeth together. There's no gap anymore. Remember, I had this little gap here, but then again I've noticed that the shape of my bottom arch, as opposed to being all like round the way it was before, it got messed a little bit, which I think is expected with this band. Now that my teeth are together and she probably changes, when she changes the arch where I place a new one, I think the arch shape will come back to what it used to be before. I don't know, most probably that's what I assume will happen. Yeah, overall so excited about seeing my orthodontist. I was feeling quite adventurous yesterday and today, and I went ahead and used an electric toothbrush, you guys. This is a huge improvement for me. I overcame my fear of using electric toothbrushes now post-op. This was literally the first time where I used it twice, last night and today, and I'm using like the least intense option obviously on the toothbrush, and it felt so damn good to be using an electric toothbrush compared to the manual one. It felt like my teeth were being properly cleaned, you know, and it's a big deal, especially when you have braces and it's so difficult to brush everything. You like use the brush and then you use the mini intradental toothbrushes and you'll like all of these tools that you have to like keep your teeth clean is a mission. It's always a mission with braces. So not being able to use an electric toothbrush and brushing teeth manually before was, I think I didn't do a good job. Like, I was just getting so annoyed and tired, and like I was like, oh fuck it, you know, I'll clean it tomorrow. I'll clean it properly tomorrow, and that it would never happen tomorrow. And then, you know, I tell myself that I'll do a proper clean up the next day and the following day and the day after, and I don't think I was ever as meticulous with this freaking cleaning process as I should have been. But my teeth aren't that bad. I just feel like, and I know that obviously using the electric toothbrush is a much better thing than using the manual toothbrush. And I thought, look, if I think it's been 2 months since my surgery, and even with the fall, I think that it's okay to start using it. When I saw my surgeon 1 month post-op, he said that it was okay. Even back then, it was just me, you know, still being paranoid, thinking that I should probably not be using it at that stage. So now I feel okay. I think with this toothbrush and with any other things that you used to do before the surgery and you are now slowly coming back to doing again, I think it's all very subjective on when to start doing things. For example, with me, I went running the other day and it was a very weird experience because, you know, my swelling was going everywhere. But I felt it was the right time for me to go. Some people start going back to the gym literally like 3 weeks post-op, or like quite early. I guess with that and with the toothbrush and with like chewing things, eating certain food types, it's all subjective. If you feel like it's a good time for you, if you feel like you are you're good to go, you're good to do a certain activity, go for it. However, if you are uncertain, if you are a bit paranoid, if you are cautious, it's okay to take your time. I think that's the philosophy that I'm following with my recovery, and I think it's been working okay. Apart from that one time when I decided to go ice skating, almost literally like ruin everything, you know. Do not do that. I don't know why I did it, but it was a fun experience, definitely, after all. Another interesting thing that we are doing this week on a Friday, is it a Friday? I think it is on Friday. We're going to this place called, I don't know what it's called, but it's like they recreated ancient bath experience or something. So basically this ancient looking space with 9 or 10 bath types, mini swimming pools with different temperature waters with like salt, and I don't know, it just looks amazing. And I'm just looking forward to Friday so much, and I'm like so productive at work and so like on it, because I know that this week is going to be different from what last week, and like literally virtually every other freaking week of the year has been. It's always good to have some kind of activity, exciting activity planned for like, I don't know, a short time frame from where you are, so that you feel motivated to leave. Wow, that got dark pretty fast, but you know what I mean. You're motivated to be productive and be excited and be nice to yourself and kind to yourself, and like, you know, you have something to look forward to. It's always great. It's not always the case with this freaking COVID, and even without COVID it's not always the case. I was like, where's Lyra? Where's Lyra? I can see one cat, I can see a second cat, where's Lyra? And then I come to my room and there he is, just lying on the floor so cutely. I gotta say, him and Mia calmed down a bit, and the last couple of days they are a bit more manageable. I think I was able to get a full night's sleep for the first time since the 1st of Jan. Last night, can you believe that? But as the vet said, apparently with cats, it's not like I can signal the cat out while she's in heat for a few weeks and then things would get back to normal. It didn't work that way. Apparently the male cat, would try and impregnate the female cat continuously or some shit. I don't know. He does try to attack her these days as well, but to a much less extent. For example, I can leave them in the same room and nothing would happen in most cases. Like today, yesterday, and I think the day before. Yeah, I guess it depends on the various cycles of heat. There's different stages that maine coon females go through in heat, and it's just, I don't even want to look into that stuff anymore. It's been quite dramatic. But I'm happy he's not going crazy at her as much, and he's more calm and relaxed, and you know, I'm glad that he's calmed down a bit so he can enjoy his life, you know, without focusing too much on that one fucking thing. I recently noticed that I am craving vaping so much, you guys. It is absolutely insane. It's been 1 year since I gave up my nicotine addiction, and you know, I was vaping for the most of it, I'd say, and I was so addicted. I would vape non-stop. It was bad. I gave up for this jaw surgery, you know, and I was okay for a year. I really didn't have any cravings at all. None. Like zero. And these days I'm craving it so bad. It's not like I'm craving nicotine, I'm craving the process of inhaling like nice flavored air, you know. And I'm battling this desire so much. I'm battling this desire to go and get myself a new vape and like strawberry freaking liquid or something. But when I gave up smoking, when I gave up the whole thing, I actually threw away my vape, which was in perfect working order, which is probably a bit stupid, but look, it was one of the means of getting rid of the addiction, so, and it worked. But yeah, I'm battling the desire to go to the shop to get some basic ass vape machine and, you know, like a strawberry or banana liquid, and just inhale that, like no nicotine, just the vapor. But I'm scared that if I do that, it would eventually lead to me wanting nicotine, and I just can't let that happen. So, or maybe it won't, you know. Maybe this would be a means of me maintaining me not, I don't know. I don't want to try and rationalize it in any way. I'm just gonna not get it for now. I don't know, man. It's just like I really need it. I feel like this last month has been quite frustrating, and I've been really needing something like that. Studio today, and I really don't feel like going to the gym, but I guess it's going to be an ongoing theme of me saying that I don't want to go anywhere, just stay at home. It's really cold outside, just want to stay at home. And then eventually me actually going to the gym and being proud of myself. I hope it does happen today. I'll try and make myself go and just, you know, diversify my day. My sweating keeps coming back. It's very annoying. Like, I wake up so puffy. Now it's kind of going down, you know, but overall the sweating thing, yeah, it's just there always. So annoying to be having it. I'm not wearing the band right now because I had to talk a lot at work today, but I need to put it back. These days every day seems to be the same, with the COVID just going out of control again, and me working from home, not seeing anybody, not interacting with anyone really. It's becoming a bit of a bummer. I was okay before, like for like 2 years I was fine, and all of a sudden I'm generally feeling like this stuff is not going to end. It's just going to be our life for like a very long time, you know, and I need to create some kind of structure. I think I keep repeating myself, but I really do need to make my life a bit more, I don't know, enjoyable, because it's just so boring. My life is boring. So I'm looking at my ficus plant and I'm looking at the volume of leaves that keeps getting lower and lower, and it just doesn't seem right. I swear there was more leaves yesterday. I like this bit here. Do you have anything to say in your defense about the leaves, or about the fact that all of this earth has been ruffled out and it seems to be all over my carpet? What do you have to say? Say something in your defense. Or are you not talking until you see your lawyer? If I find a freaking leaf here somewhere, it's not here, but I swear there was more leaves yesterday. Did you eat it? Gosh, you didn't eat it, did you? You didn't. You know when you have those dreams where like a shit ton of things happen and everything is like super complicated, and oh my god, is there snow? No, it's not snow. It's something that looks like snow over there. No, it's not snow, it's just a cold weather. Anyway, for the last, I don't even know, it feels like it's never ending. I'm having this really complicated, intricate dreams where a ton of things happen. Everything just is so weirdly intertwined that it leaves me feeling like crap every time I wake up. And I'm telling you, it's not a good feeling to have, because like I'm honestly looking forward to a night where I just don't dream of anything. Just go to sleep, wake up, no freaking imagery in this brain. It's really exhausting, you guys. It's not like, I don't know if it would be like a different effect if it was a basic dream of like, I don't know, like one plot line, you know, and nothing else happening. But with my dreams, it's like a freaking, I don't even know, it's a fucking detective story with like horror elements and history and everything, and from the various stages of my life with various people who are in my life, and some fantasy involved and everything. And it's just like, and the thing is, I remember everything. Well, I hope I remember, like it feels like I remember every single detail. I can tell you all about my last night's dream or the dream that I had a couple of nights before, and it just feels like it's so fucking much. It's too much to handle. It's really disturbing. I really want to have a good night's sleep with no dreams whatsoever. And I have an orthodontic appointment later today. I have a client call and then I'm gonna go central, and I'll take you guys with me. I finished reading one of the books I bought, one of the Stephen King books, Duma Key. And to be frank with you guys, it's not as good as some of the other Stephen King books I read. One of the best ones, in my opinion, is the one where he tells a story of people like a bunch of people walking at the same time, and they have to maintain a certain speed when they walk. If they start walking slower, they're being shot dead. And it's just such a great novel. I can't even describe how amazing it is. There's a few other that are very good, but I don't think I can call Do My Key my most favorite. As I was reading it, I kept expecting it to get better and better, and it never did. And then, I mean, not my cup of tea. I have two more Stephen King books that I've got, Dark Tower and The Song of Susanna, and this is like a series of books that he wrote. This is volume 6 and 7 out of, I don't know, 8. And in the market where I went to get these books, they only had these 2. So I'm basically starting the series from book 5 or something, you know, so it's kind of difficult to get into it. And there's magic in it. Like, when the hell did Stephen King write about magic? It's such a weird thing, and I'm not good with magic. I really don't like fantasy magic kind of books. I don't know, I'm just reading it hoping that it will get better, just like with the other one, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh, there is another story that I just remembered. Is basically this gets lost on this island, ends up being alone on this island, and in order to survive, he has no choice other than start eating himself. Because he's a doctor, he knows what parts of the body to eat in order to continue being alive. It's not like a novel type, it's more of a story. I think it's like on the shorter end. I actually haven't read it myself, I just heard about it, and I really want to read that one. Sounds very exciting to me. I do hope that The Song of Susanna does get better. I left the house to go to an orthodontist appointment, and I'm like proper 10 minutes away from my home, and I forgot to put the band on, and I have to go back now. Like, there's no way I'm showing up to my orthodontist appointment without a band. I'm such an idiot. And I also took the bag that didn't have the spare band thing that they gave me, so I'm like so mad right now. I'm walking real fast, and I don't even have a second to stop to tie up my shoelaces, because, you know, if I do step on my shoelace right now and fall my jaw and everything breaks. Going back to the conversation about Stephen King, I can definitely say that his earlier novels were the most exciting ones, the most eerie, the most, you know, dramatic. And I guess as time passed, something shifted, something changed. Maybe the editors demanded that his novels appeal to a wider audience, so he wouldn't go as, I don't know, I don't think his latest work is as good as the first few, but I guess it happens to the best of us, you know. He's one of the most prolific writers, therefore obviously the first works are the works of passion, and then, you know, it just becomes a job, I guess. Truth is about to commence. The appointment with my orthodontist is happening in 20 minutes. I'm early again. I had a few coffees. I'm so hungry. It's awful. I'm gonna brush my teeth quickly. I really hope that the bands are gonna go away. I really don't think I need them anymore. However, you never know. Maybe there's a bigger purpose, bigger picture with these bands that I'm not aware of. But I keep forgetting to wear them, and I get so paranoid with all this stuff. Like, I'm just hoping they're gonna go away. So, the corridor side band is off. I was right in thinking that, like, it's best not to push this tooth inward. Anyway, that side band is gone, but what we're doing now, we're trying to get the midline back to where it used to be, or where it needs to be. So I have a whole hand going from here until here, so we can band across. Bands are not all gone, but it's okay, so long as things get better. And now I'm starving and I really need to eat. Kind of fancy like a sweet thing. There's this new shop that's open. I'm gonna show you. It's crazy. It's just so good. All of the sweet stuff. Like, how did they even come up with this idea? It's just, look. I'm just gonna go past. The less I look at it, the less I want it. Oh my god, it's snowing. Maybe it snowed at some point earlier. No wonder it's so cold. Okay, I'm an idiot. Can you see that all the snow ends over there and then there's nothing?